If you live in an apartment or a condo, this is a great way to wash your vehicle. You don't need a lot of water. A wash, clean, seal with a twist. Hi, I'm Ivan. This is DIY Detail. Nick will be joining me in a few minutes. He had a little emergency to take care of, but in the meantime, we want to wash this car. We're gonna be doing a rinseless wash on it. As you can see, it's a very clean car to start with. Let me adjust this to a fan. That'll be much better. We're gonna be starting by putting a rinseless wash on the surface. And this is diluted in this little sprayer here, 256:1, which is our standard dilution. And we get accused of cleaning clean cars. This is a clean car, but we can make it cleaner, we can make it brighter, and we can make it shine. It just has dust on it. When your vehicle just has dust, you don't need to rinse afterwards. So we're applying the rinseless to the surface, and it's gonna help emulsify that dirt, break it down, and get it off the surface. You can use any form of sprayer you want. Not a concern. The whole point is just to get the rinseless on the surface, which we've done. If you live in an apartment or a condo, this is a great way to wash your vehicle. You don't need a lot of water. Now, in my bucket, I have our rinseless wash, also diluted 256:1, which is also 4 milliliters to a liter, ½ ounce to a gallon, or 1 capful per gallon. Gliding the sponge over the surface, no pressure, and there's a bit of dirt on here, not much. Bring it back to our bucket, squeeze it out, we have a clean sponge again. Some of you out there may not even know what this vehicle is. It's a BMW M Coupe, and it's a variant of the Z3, and a fun one at that. And its nickname in the industry is the clown shoe because of its look. But on the track, it's nothing to laugh about. And when I've done a section, I can take my sponge, flip it to the new side, do that. And I'm applying the rinseless to the surface while lifting away the dirt we emulsified before. It's easy to see where I've been. You can see I stopped roughly there. Get that rocker panel, flip the sponge over, do the next section. Dunk, squeeze on the verge of dripping. You want your sponge to be almost dry. You don't want it soaking wet. If it's soaking wet, what's gonna happen is it won't pick up the dirt from the surface. You need room for it to want to absorb. That is too wet. This is how you want it. Always get below the bumper. You don't see it when you're washing up close to the vehicle, but when someone is following a little bit behind the vehicle, they'll see the underside of the bumper. Starting from the top, working my way down, and we can hear there's contamination on the surface. As the sponge goes across it, we'll be taking care of that in just a minute or two. One of the nice things about rinseless wash is the ease. I don't have a hose, I don't have a pressure washer. It is rinseless, it's not no rinsing, but there are times when you don't need to rinse. This is one of those times. You notice I leave the bumper till last. The reason I leave the front bumper till last is if there is an insect remain on there, the rinseless will have time to emulsify it, break it down, it'll wipe away easy with the sponge. At At this point, if we were just washing the car, I would take my drying towel, start drying. It's really that easy. But we want to go one little step beyond. You've seen us do a wash, clean, seal before. We could take our decontamination towel, NB ceramic sealant, put one spray on the towel, one spray on the panel, go over it, dry it off. But we're doing this with a twist today. And that twist is because of your questions. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, maybe even the notification bell. But what we're doing now, we're using the power of the rinseless and the lubrication to first remove any embedded contaminants from the paint. Super easy to do. No pressure on the towel. And I keep going until I don't hear or feel contamination in the towel anymore. Then I flip to a new quadrant and do the next section. Always decontaminate your windows, very important. On the roof, we can really feel and hear the contamination. Even on the sunroof, not as bad as the paint, but hear that? I'm gonna keep going till I don't hear it and feel it anymore. I can actually feel it in the towel. As I go, it gets quieter and the towel gets easier to move. Going to do these side windows and then flip to another quadrant. Do this big bubbleless rear fender. Quite a pronounced flare to this fender. Going over the PPF as well. Flipping to a new quadrant and do the door. Don't forget the rocker panel. And then move my bucket with me. Dunk my towel. Dunk my towel, pull it out, just take a little bit of the excess, but not all of it. Then I can do the back window, the hatch. Ooh, and you can hear it on there. And then the back bumper. Flipping to another quadrant. Don't forget the lights. Flip to another quadrant. Just keep going till you don't hear it anymore. When a vehicle has this much contamination on it, do smaller sections and resist, please resist the temptation to add pressure to the towel. The less pressure you use, the better the towel will work. Once you've dislodged a bit of contamination, if there seems to be a lot left, let it be. Let the rinseless continue working. You've dislodged some of it, you've taken some away, let the rinseless dig in a little bit more. Do this back window, flip to another quadrant. On the bottom, there's gravel guard. That's why you get the more noise down here. If the vehicle starts to dry on you, just add a little more rinseless with your sponge. New panel, new quadrant. The hood is the least contaminated part of the vehicle. On this one, it varies from one vehicle to another. Last dunk of the towel. There we have it. Now the wash and decontamination part is done. We still have the sealing part to do, but I'm gonna dry it off first. Drying the surface, you see how easy it is to dry. Contamination actually makes drying difficult. So if your vehicle is difficult to dry, make sure you've decontaminated it. Drying blanket is a great way of drying your vehicle, nice and safe. The micro twist loop doesn't snag on emblems and things like that. It's very, very absorbent. It just glides over the paint. Making sure to dry everywhere, even the underside of the bumper. Vehicle's all dry, off to the next step. Next step, I said a wash, clay, and seal with a twist. We've washed, we've clayed. Here's the twist. C6 Adhesion Promoter Polish. We've been asked many times, can I use Adhesion Promoter Polish before applying NV ceramic sealant? The answer is yes. Very simple, easy process to do. Put a couple drops on my pad, and I start applying the app. I'm using a short throw, 5mm throw sander. This is actually the best tool for the job. Not this particular one, but you want a 2 to 9mm stroke. Don't use a rotary. Don't use anything larger than a 9mm stroke. And you simply are applying it to the surface. If you get closer here, on this sunroof seal, we have some wax that was previously applied by someone else. This will actually take care of that wax residue. See how much better that looks? It's the way it should be. This little duckbill spoiler here is looking a little worse for wear. This is going to darken the pad, but it'll wash off afterwards, not a big deal. Adding a couple of more drops because I know this is a little thirsty. Like I said, we've taken a bit of that oxidation off. Now, the way this seal is, I'm actually going to tip this up a little bit. If you've never heard of C6 app before, what it does is a couple things. It deep cleans the paint, but it also opens the pores. That way, whatever protection you're putting on, be it a wax, be it a sealant, or ceramic coating, it's gonna last longer, it's gonna be brighter, and do a better job. If you wanna know if you have enough app on your surface, touch it to a piece of glass. If you can see the outline of the pad, which we do here, that means you don't need to add any more. The less you use, the better it's gonna be for you. Now I've done all the upper surfaces of the vehicle. I'm going to take my little cart, wheel around doing the lower surfaces of the vehicle. I'm right-handed, so it's easier for me to go clockwise around the vehicle. If you have water coming out of somewhere, you want to mop it up before polishing over that water. You don't want your pad getting wet. Even though these are small mirrors, they still hold a lot of water. Vibration is a great way to get water out of seams. The app is to deep clean paint. You don't need to go over it 20 times. Once or twice is all you need. Last piece left to do is the front bumper. Nick, you're back.
I am. I thought you were wash, clay, and sealing this, Ivan.
Wash, clean, seal with a twist.
Oh, with a twist.
Well, we get asked a lot, can I use app before Envy? This is the answer.
You're always teaching them something, Ivan.
Right, so start wiping it off, Nick. Everything's done except the front bumper.
Everything's done, okay.
Yeah.
Do I get to take pride in this job having been involved, or is this mostly your work?
No,
I'm touching the vehicle so I can start to take pride in it too, right?
right, and the cherry on the sundae is the Envy, so.
Oh, there you go.
The Envy ceramic sealant is what's gonna give it its final gloss and slickness. Mopping up the water before it hits my pad is the ideal situation. That's what I'm doing here. Now the whole car has had app put on it. I still have to clean my pad. We use a dry pad to do this, but you wanna make sure you clean your pad afterwards. Bit of rinseless wash on the surface. Massage it in just a little bit. Pad washer does that, but this is a very thick pad. I want the rinseless wash to go a little deeper into it. Nick's almost done. We want to get him more pride in the job, so we'll let him wipe the whole app off.
Every inch of app is coming off with my towel, and that means I can really savor the satisfaction of a job well done.
There are many different ways of applying Envy ceramic sealant, and I'm gonna use one of the most basic ways. Sure, to get the prep, we went a little overboard, but the way of applying it is very simple. Couple sprays on my towel. Yes, on my towel, and then I'm gonna use it like an applicator. Putting it on the surface, watching it flash almost like a coating, and then flip the towel over, buff to a beautiful, slick shine.
What if I just cut through the app with Envy ceramic sealant as my lubricant? Would that be bad?
That wouldn't be good.
Okay, so do it the right way.
The app needs to come off dry. I know you're trying to save a step, Nick, but sometimes there's no step to be saved.
Well, I just wondered if people out there might also think that, and so I just want to encourage you to follow it the way that we've laid it out.
And that gets so slick, so quick.
Just knowing that you've actually deeply cleaned the paint with adhesion promoter polish and that Envy ceramic sealant is gonna last that much longer, I don't know, it's like a super easy way to make a great product just as robust as it can be.
Yes. And you see how quickly it flashed on the glass to perfectly clear, not an issue.
So what's your method? Are you spraying willy-nilly everywhere and just kind of rubbing it in, or are you being more strategic?
A little more strategic. I'm actually spraying on the towel, using that as an applicator, and then flipping my towel to the dry side. And as I go, I need less and less of the Envy ceramic sealant on my towel because my towel is not cooperating right now.
Ivan, you're struggling over there. Here's an applicator. I know this is where you're most comfortable. I feel like this might be easier, and you can do it this way. Now, you don't have to ever apply Envy ceramic sealant like this, but if you want to get in the mood of, hey, I just used a polisher to apply adhesion promoter polish, that's a great way to get it on if you're having trouble with your towels.
Continue on.
I mean, this is a little silly, but it is one of the ways you can use Envy ceramic sealant.
Yeah.
And look, there was still plenty on my applicator there.
Yeah.
What do you think of this method, Ivan? Is it too much work? Is
No,
it
very good.
Is there a benefit to it? I mean, we apply coatings this way.
There is a benefit because you're probably going to end up using less.
And that's a good thing?
Yeah, because once the applicator gets not saturated, but gets primed, you'll need less and less of it.
Half the hood?
Yeah, and that is so slick.
I feel like we're really laying down a coating almost, Ivan.
Well, it is the same amount of effort at this point.
We like to mention on this channel that we do things differently just to show you there are different ways to do things.
Right.
Not because there's like the perfect way to do it, and there's only one video that tells you that, like, there's many ways to get shiny protected paint.
Right, and this is an answer to a couple viewers' questions. If you're subscribed, you'll know that down below, under these videos, there's the comment section. We answer every one of those comments. And these are from viewers' comments and questions. It's like, can I apply it this way? Can I use app?
So half the hood, front fender,
Yep.
all the way down to the rocker panel.
Good.
Want me to move this way now?
Yep.
Okay.
So Nick is telling me what he's done, just like when we're applying a coating.
Usually I'm the one leveling.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Get out of your way here.
hit the glass.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a little more work than a spray and wipe,
Yes.
but this could be like, someone could try this before they do a coating.
Right.
And they could like do it all like this and like literally practice with the applicator. You know, you put the applicator in our wash bucket at the end of the day for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you launder as usual. I'm doing the
Mirror.
passenger mirror here as well. You could just reuse this applicator for your ceramic coating and it'd be perfectly safe.
Yes.
So it could be, yeah, like you're getting your sea legs.
The vent mirror.
This
Or
one?
vent
Yeah.
window. Yeah.
You don't miss anything, do you, Evan?
Try not to.
Okay. Now to get out of your way, what am I gonna do? The rear
Door.
quarter? The door? All right. And if I even just get a little sloppy with these motions, which we're not advocating for, Ivan's gonna level it all and spread it all into the paint with his towel anyway.
Notice how your shoulder is probably in pain at this moment?
Yep.
Flip your hand around inside the applicator.
Okay, so just one of these numbers.
Yeah.
I don't even need to add more coating, do I?
Notice how it's more relaxed?
Way more relaxed.
Yep.
All right, and then I'm just gonna get the rest of the rocker panel, which I didn't do in circular motions,
That's fine.
but you know.
Getting
y'all-
it on the surface is what we're working
Y'all
towards.
get the idea. Yep, uh-huh. I like that move where you could do it both ways. I prefer this way if I'm not in a pinch, but. Now I broke this, what do I do there?
You get another one.
You know I'm a forceful overuser, overpressure guy.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you though, the surface looks great. I just
Yeah.
walked back and you know, that 10-foot view was like, oh my gosh. I think I way oversaturated the applicator. And I
Yeah.
had so much I was trying to move around
Right.
that it broke on me. Okay, because this is just super smooth.
Yeah.
All right, tell me what happened. There's gotta be a learning lesson for someone out there.
Less is more.
Why do I keep wanting to put more product on the paint?
I have no idea.
Because this is dummy simple. I was just filled with enemy ceramic sealant. Oh, now this is the joy that I remember using this applicator.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to lay it here on the bumper. I haven't got that light yet,
Okay.
so I'll do that right now. I'm going to avoid the hatch while I just take care of the bumper.
Yep.
And I'm wanting to put more product on, but that, I feel like, is unnecessary.
As long as you're laying product down, you don't need to add more.
Boy, it's so tempting. More is always better, you know? That's kind of the mentality a lot of people have.
Right. More is never better in detailing other than lubrication. With a good quality product, Nick, you don't need more.
So why apt before NV ceramic sealant? Just because we can?
Because we can, because we were asked, could it be done?
Would you ever do this if you weren't asked, Ivan?
Probably not. Simply because at this point, we may as well apply a coating.
Right. That's how difficult this is, which is not difficult, just
Right.
it's the right steps.
Now-
Remind me of where we've been, where we haven't, because I feel like you were over here, I jumped in.
Just the roof is done.
Just the roof is done. Okay, I'm doing the window.
Yeah. Window surround, the roof hoop. Now, the slightly less aggressive way, or it's a reversible way compared to a coating. A coating you have to really polish off. This will eventually wear off. So someone that doesn't want to commit to a coating yet.
You could say the stakes like aren't as high, because
Yeah.
a high spot with NV ceramic sealant, you just put a little extra on a towel.
And
wipe.
look at that window. He's got way too much on there.
That's way too much?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, so all the upper glass is done.
Right. But see how easily, even though you had too much, it just wipes off. And we end up with a nice, slick, glossy window.
So it's getting grabby on me, so I'm gonna do a little half pull. Instead
Yeah.
of a full pull, I'll do a half pull. That's nice. Okay, there is a fine line between too much and then not enough.
Right.
And it's not like hard, you know, if
No.
you do too much, you're just gonna struggle a little bit, but you're not gonna hurt anything.
And once you find that fine line, it's easy.
Yeah, and you're not gonna hurt anything unless you rip your applicator like I've done. I've never done that before, Evan. I guess I don't remember.
No, and you know, that applicator, Nick, might have done 3 or 4 ceramic coatings before this, so.
Oh, absolutely. We reuse our applicators. And again, the 30-minute in the wash bucket scenario, that's just fine.
Yeah,
Front fender's done, and then bumper still?
yeah. Front bumper, headlights.
Boy, this feels like laying down a ceramic coating.
It is, yeah. And there is ceramic, so you're close. It's a ceramic sealant, not a ceramic coating.
Yeah, I would say this is just really good practice, honestly. If you haven't done it yet and you're still on the fence, because let's be honest, people do get concerned about their first ceramic coating job. I was so nervous before mine. And when you recommended trying kind of a lower stakes product for my first coating job, you just said relax and have fun. It actually made it better to try a little lower stakes option my first time. But the great part about this is you're providing robust protection. Like, it's not just a training wheels thing. It's no, this is a perfectly good result that any detailer could actually charge for and earn money on. Yeah. And be delivering for that customer.
Now, for a professional detailer, I would have skipped the app and done the wash, clay, and seal the traditional way of using the Envy ceramic sealant as our clay lube.
So what is the durability of this method versus, say, like a wash clay seal?
It's going to be a little longer because of the app. We've opened up the pores, so now the Envy ceramic sealant is going into the pores. It's doing a better job.
This looks like you actually polished it, Ivan.
Yeah, it's glossy, it's slick. The towel just glides over the surface. Like, feel this.
Yeah, that's silky.
Yeah.
That's excellent. And that's something that anybody could do without any fear. You could be a beginner or a pro. I mentioned the wash clay seal. It's a great option for pros to be very profitable and deliver for their customers. And if you want to know more about the wash clay seal, we actually have a great video right here.